好啦，咁啊，今日咧好開心啦，我哋可以咧揾到麥基嚟接受你訪問啦。Hello，麥基 ，Hi，Hello James，
Hello， 我叫麥基。
好啦，第一個問題先問你啦，知唔知點解大家都叫你做小明啊
Yeah, so I've heard McShilming powered up whole five. So McShilming run very fast. So I think when the kids are at school, this is in their textbooks. And then because he run very fast, that's why they call me McShilming. Always run very fast. Sometimes too fast. I never really ran 100 meters because I was good at middle distance in school. But I used to win the 200 meters at school. And then I ran into schools 200 meters. I should have tried 100 meters, but I didn't. Maybe I didn't want to lose. But yeah.
你覺得艾華啦、艾華頓啦，同埋阿詹士夏志明咧，你呢幾個你覺得邊個跑得最快啊？
To be fair, I think they're all probably faster than me. I've seen Iwa. He looks quick. I'm going to have to say Everton because he's an Eastern player now. I reckon he's probably the fastest out of everyone. So it's going to be good having him as a teammate this year because I think all the defences are going to be scared of him. And after the training, we always practice our sprinting, see who's the fastest.
大家都知道咧，你係速度見稱，但係好多人都批評你速度係可能係你唯一嘅功能啦，即係可能喺其他部分可能比較差，甚至乎好多人批評你即係啲射門啊，成日 miss 啊，成日都唔入波啊，咁你自己係點睇咧？
Obviously, my speed's always been my strong point. I've possibly missed more chances than I would like, and sometimes I do get quite frustrated about that. But I think my strength has always been getting into the position, and maybe I get into the position more than other players because instead of coming to get the ball, because maybe I'm a bit concerned about my control, I always run behind to make it hard for the defenders because always they have to turn their back and then chase me, and then always trying to get into the box to get the scoring position. So maybe I miss a lot of chances, but then I get a lot of chances. And I've still scored quite a lot of goals for the Hong Kong team. I was top goal scorer as well. So if I can improve my goal scoring a little bit, maybe I score many goals. But I've still managed to score goals, even though maybe my finishing is not my strongest point.
麥基，你睇過咁多隊球隊，你覺得邊隊係你嘅母會咧？
So I think Hong Kong Football Club, that's where I started, that's where I was playing under 17s. My first sort of proper coaching sessions was probably when I was about 16, and then was playing with the Colts there, which play in the Yao Yi League, and then I moved up to the first team and we played second division, and that's when I had a good season with them playing second division, scored quite a few goals, and then we played in the Premier, the first division, then the next year, and that's when I think I scored 8 goals that season, and that's when the other teams started to recognise me, and Kitchee eventually offered me a contract after seeing me play with the Hong Kong Football Club. So I think that's where I really progressed my football and took my football to the next step was with Hong Kong Football Club.
咁其實你覺得當時睇傑志嘅時候，你嘅表現點樣？
Yeah, so when I went first to Kitchee, it was a bit different. It was my first experience in a professional team. I'd gone from playing at Hong Kong Football Club where the balls were played to my strength. So like I said before, I like to run behind. So at Hong Kong Football Club, whenever I got their ball, they were looking to pass over the top and I was making runs in behind. And when I came to Kitchee, I had to fit into how their playing style. So I was playing on the wing, I was getting the ball into feet, which I wasn't as comfortable with. So it definitely took a bit of time getting used to that. I was young. I think it's always difficult the first few years playing in a professional team because you're playing with players who've had a lot of experience, and it was all very new to me. So in that respect, it was tough, but I enjoyed my time with Kitchee for those 2 years. Yeah, it wasn't really in my mind, to be honest. I loved playing sport growing up, and I wanted to be a professional sports person, and I wasn't sure which sport I was going to be best at. My dad he was a good football player when he was younger, and he really liked football. So maybe he sort of encouraged me to play more football. But at the time, I didn't know too much about Hong Kong football. It was maybe there wasn't many Guailos who were playing with the Hong Kong team at that time. I know Tim Bradbury did, but that was maybe quite a few years before. So it wasn't really on my radar. And then went to Kitchee, and it wasn't until Kitchee they said, okay, maybe you can play for the Hong Kong team. And then obviously when I went to Pegasus, that's when I changed my passport and eventually started playing for the Hong Kong team. I thought, oh, this would be a great opportunity for me. So that's what I eventually did, and very happy I made that decision.
你覺得自己睇得最好係邊段時間？喺邊隊波嘅時候？
Yeah, so I don't think it's arrived yet. I'm hoping this season will be the best. I did have one good year at Pegasus where I think I got top goal scorer, and then also playing in the East Asian Cup. I think we played Australia and played Korea, Taiwan and Guam, and that was one of my first times playing for the Hong Kong team. So it's obviously a nerve-wracking experience to me, but I thought I had a good performance in that tournament, and I think throughout that season obviously I got top goal scorers. So if I was to pinpoint one season, I think it would be that season, but like I said, I feel like my best is yet to come. So
其實喺你嘅足球生涯，其實都有好多次機會去出外發展啦。咁曾經試過咧，有中國嘅球會都俾個 offer 俾你，但係你 reject 咗啦。咁其實當時點解會唔去嘅咧
Yeah, so I have had a few offers, particularly in, I think it was about 4 or 5 years ago, to go and play in Guizhou, I think. I think the biggest reason was I've always felt I can improve my technique and my finishing, and I had my strengths, which was my speed and my determination, but I always felt like I wanted to improve my technical side of my game. And if I got to a point where I felt very confident with that side of my game, I would have gone to China. At that time in particular, I felt like I could still improve, and I could still improve in Hong Kong. But for me, like I said, I focus on Eastern, depending on how I'm playing and my performances. I'm not going to rule out the possibility of playing there one day, but we'll just have to see.
OK， 咁啊，跟住問下麥基啦，即係其實你喺香港球壇有冇偶像嘅咧？另外就係有冇邊一場比賽係一講你就會諗得起嘅
So I've always really liked Hong Lim. When I first went to Pegasus, I remember watching him play and always looking at the way he played. He's very balanced on the ball. His dribbling and everything, he never looked out of control. He looked like he can go in any direction, and always good first touch, very composed. I've always liked the way he's played, and always wish my game was maybe more like him. So he's definitely someone, a Hong Kong player I've always looked up to. In terms of my most memorable performance, I would say I think the game against South China really stands out for me, playing for the Hong Kong Football Club. I was a young boy at the time, I think 19 years old, and really wanted to be a professional player, and wasn't sure whether I could make it as a football player. And to then score 2 goals against South China and to win that game. Obviously South China, one of the biggest teams in Hong Kong, and as a young boy, not really knowing where I could take my football, that really stood out, and it was just a great game to be involved in, and great to score those goals. I remember celebrating with my family afterwards, and they were so happy for me. So something that really sticks in my memory.
Yep.
Many, like I said, all the Hong Kong goals I scored for Hong Kong have been super memorable. The scoring the 5 against Rangers, to get top goal scorer. Yeah, so there's been a lot of great times, and like I said, hopefully some more great memories to come.
OK，
香港本地足球總會我係麥基。